It's summer concert season and we have the three tenors, Pogačar, Vingegaard and Evenepoel, suited and booted for their Tour de France dress rehearsal. This week on the Gruppetto, we'll be looking back at a wonderful stage of the Dauphiné to start things off, and we'll be seeing if Fergie can top the charts at the Tour of Britain. First this week, the Tour de France build-up is on, and the all-star lineup was an organiser's dream at the Dauphiné in France. As well as the aforementioned GC stars, Mathieu van der Poel made a quick comeback from a broken wrist, and Romain Bardet was riding his final ever professional race, passing through his hometown along the way. On paper, there were supposed to be 3 stages for everyone to just feel their way into the race. But on the opening day, those 3 tenors turned up to Bardet's retirement party in fancy dress as sprinters. It's the opening stage of the Dauphiné. Now Victor Campenaerts. Is struggling to follow here. Gaps opening all the time. We've got the moves already, and now they are being followed by the very best. It's Jorgensen who's going to go on the move, on the attack, and this is interesting. Now Vingegaard. It's Jonas Vingegaard trying to shock them all. And Vingegaard playing Pogačar at his own game. It's only day 1 of the Dauphiné, and for us this is wonderful to watch. It's a Dauphiné organiser's dream, this. Under the Flamme Rouge they go, 5 seconds here and the chase is on behind. The world champ is there, but it's the former world champ now, Mathieu van der Poel, who sees the finish line in sight. But the sprint is led out now by Mathieu van der Poel. The silver on his back, the rainbow bands on his arms, but they might get around him. And now Pogačar goes to the front. It's Tadej Pogacar to the line. And how about that? He's beaten the sprinters at his own game.
Yeah, it's a stage win. I can go home from Dauphiné happy already. So, but yeah, I still want to see how the shape will be at the TT and on the mountain stages. I cannot say after today that I have that the shape is incredible. Obviously, it's good, but yeah, the real test is coming end of the weekend.
Now, whether they read the invitation correctly or just wanted to gate crash the occasion, the last few kilometres of the first stage really sets up the summer, doesn't it? We all know about Pogačar's willingness to get involved, but 2 other glimpses of what was to come could be the most exciting thing about that finish we saw. Firstly, Evenepoel. He looked strong, didn't he, as he came across to that move. The only man who'd missed it when the attack went. But more importantly, Vingegaard seemed to embody a freer, more enterprising version of his old self, with added punch and power to back it up. Anybody just looking at a classification graphic will wonder what on earth exactly happened. Just what the rest of the bunch needed, eh? Pog, Ving and Remco are now bunch sprinters.
I guess it's the first time I finished second in a bunch sprint, so yeah, no, I'm happy, and yeah, today was just faster than I was, so congrats to him.
You can watch the Dauphiné throughout the week on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus with short-form daily highlights right here on the TNT Sports Cycling YouTube channel. Pog in the lead after day 1, but who will win it when it gets to the mountains this weekend? There are 3 main stages to finish things off after a midweek TT. Let us know who you think will take the honours. Remember to write in the comments section below. Elsewhere, Lizzie Deignan was riding her final race on home British soil as the Women's World Tour took on the Tour of Britain. Another headline name on the start list, Kim Lecourt-Pinard, was back racing for the first time since winning Liège, and she continued where she left off, taking the opening stage in Redcar for AG Insurance Soudal. 24 hours later, Mara Roldan was incredulous as she crossed the line solo to collect her first ever World Tour victory. The 21-year-old doing the business in style for Picnic Postenel. Olympic and US champion Kristen Faulkner finished in a group 18 seconds behind the Canadian Roldan, taking the race lead with 2 stages remaining. Saturday's day 3 action was in Scotland. However, the race around Kelso was overshadowed by a crash, with several riders having to abandon and some taken to hospital in clear discomfort. They included day 2 winner Roldan, who endured a broken femur. Once at the finish line and in apocalyptic weather conditions, the race was won by young British sensation Cat Ferguson. A dream first World Tour win for the 19-year-old from Yorkshire. On her national tour debut, the Movistar rider also took the lead in the GC. But it was all to play for on the final stage around Glasgow. Just 12 seconds separated the top three overall. Second placed Ali Wollaston was just 3 seconds down, but kept taking bonus seconds at the intermediate sprints. And when she finished third on the stage behind winner Lorena Wiebes, it was enough to deny Ferguson a first GC success at this level. Kiwi rider Wollaston taking just the second overall win of her own career. There was also racing in northeast Spain, and a hilly opening stage greeted those riders who had opted to take on the second edition of the Volta Catalunya Féminas. Elise Chabet led home an FDJ Suez 1-2 in Breus, with Deni Follering in second. Follering then took an easy win on the slopes of the Puy de Pal. There was simply no competition for the Dutch superstar, as she also moved into the race lead with over 2 minutes on her teammate Chabet going into the final day. Not even relegation from 6th to 58th place on the last stage was enough to deny Follering the overall prize, however. Her compatriot and teammate Luce Adegest's first win in 2 seasons was the performance of the afternoon in Barcelona. Follering was confirmed GC queen, and FDJ Suez completed a perfect 3 stages, winning every single one along the way to the GC.
I think we again grow a bit stronger as a team, and we play really well as a team. And as long as you believe in something, it's possible to do it. So yeah, if you can dream it, you can do it. So in the end, it all starts with that and it ends with that. So you just need to believe in something, and then if you put the whole team behind something, you can always do it.
In the men's pro series, Dylan Groenewegen opened the Tour of Slovenia in style, winning for just the second time this season, but showing that his form is building nicely for next month's lap of France. Stage 2 finished in Rogaška Slatina and provided one of the most talked about finishes of the season so far. UAE Emirates XRG's Rui Oliveira thought he'd taken his first ever road race win. The Portuguese Olympic track champion even did the interviews and showed plenty of emotion.
It's my first win on the road since Olympics. Yeah, it was a lot of ups and downs, but yeah, it's just a relief for me. I've been 7 years on this team, and it's my first win.
But later on, it transpired that he hadn't actually won. A commissaire's decision to relegate the 28-year-old seemed controversial, attracting plenty of social media attention and criticism from fellow riders. Fabio Christen was said to have been impeded in the sprint to the line and was instead declared the winner and new race leader. That was the officials' view, but what about you? As always, post your comments in that section below the video. The next full bunch sprint was an opportunity for Groenewegen to double up, and the Jayco Alula rider duly delivered. On paper, the most difficult stage for the GC was on day 4, ending with a 13.5-kilometre climb to Golte. Rather than the overall favourites, the breakaway took the honours though, and just a couple of months after his career breakthrough win at the Tour of Hainan in China, Kirilo Sarenko grabbed an even bigger slice of success. Anders Harland Johannesson was the best of the rest, finishing third and doing just enough to take the GC lead going into the final stage. The Norwegian former Tour de l'Avenir stage winner was a single day away from his first ever professional win. In Novo Mesto, there was success for the Oliveira family, as twin brother Ivo was the fastest from a group of just under 30 riders, with Johannesson securing the overall. Felix Großschartner was second, while Theo Gegenhardt's third was his first podium and best result since those nasty injuries sustained in a Giro D'Italia crash 2 years ago. Good news all round. Finally, on this week's roundup, the Brussels Cycling Classic, formerly Paris-Bruxelles, is a one-day race that now takes in the Muur van Geraardsbergen on the way back to the Belgian capital. Finishing in Heysel, just outside the football stadium, there was the usual tension that characterises Flemish racing, before the number 1 fast Fleming of the moment took the win. Yes, Team Merlier was first across the line in the front group of around 25. He beat Alexis Renard and Arnaud Delis to take his 8th win of the season. A good way to return to racing after a break of almost 2 months. As well as the Dauphiné, which runs until Sunday, there's also the Tour de Suisse Women this week on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus, before the men's race then begins concurrently with the final day of the Dauphiné itself. We'll be back next week on the Gruppetto to look back and see where everybody is on their way to that Tour de France. Less than a month and counting now. See you next week. Goodbye.